Hey folks, it's dinner time. So I saw Scruffy through the window, so I knew he was here, so I already got his food ready. Tonight we have the 9 Lives meaty paté with real chicken and tuna. So this one's new. So I hope he likes this. Since it has real chicken and real tuna, according to the can, I'm going to guess this is probably better than the Super Supper, which doesn't advertise anything. So the mystery meat. Hey Scruffy, how you doing? So I got new food for you today. This is the 9 Lives with real chicken and tuna. So I didn't have a chance to go out for lunch today, so I didn't feed him today. So we're back to one meal at night for the moment. So I'm curious. Yeah, so he had 3 meals basically yesterday, so he probably overate. and so now we're back to normal. Check out the food. So yeah, it's a little different than last night, so hopefully you'll like it more. So I'm curious if he's going to meow tonight for the food, because he was dead silent last night. And my current theory is he only meows for food when he's really hungry. So the fact that he ate 3 meals yesterday, he wasn't probably hungry at all. So tonight, I don't know, he may still be working off the meals, so because he's not meowing. Okay, want the food? He almost sits there, I think. Okay, I'm gonna take this out. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to tease you. I want to take this out. You're really hissy. You know we do this every night. Wait, keep hissing at me. Sorry. I wasn't trying to tease you. I just went to show you the food. Okay, that's better. So meowing's better than the hissing. Okay, let me get the glove on. So I'm trying to get the glove on right now, one-handed. So now that I've washed the glove, I think it shrunk a little, so it's a little harder to get on. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to get the food down. Okay? Ready for some food? Okay. Hey, shouldn't be hissing at me. Smell good? Yeah, I'm teasing you a little bit because you hissed at me. Okay, very good. I was hoping you'd meow one more time. So I'm going to pick up the brush. And I need a little bit of... Okay. So there's a leaf right underneath, so I keep hitting it with my shoe. So his fur looks like, yeah, he's been over grooming that section, so I don't know. Don't know if that means he needs a flea pill or not. It's a pretty big section, so I'm not sure if it's a flea or just because he likes to overgroom himself or both. I don't know. We'll keep watching that. So he's gobbling it up. So I'm going to start the brushing a little bit later, just because the pate seems to take him so long to eat. I'm wondering if I start brushing him a little bit later, if he'll be more amenable to more brushing at the end. Of course, he's gobbling it up pretty fast. There's that leaf again. So he doesn't seem to be bothered by my leaf rustling, so that's an improvement. Usually every single tiny noise or movement startles him because he's terrified of everything. So yeah, I was thinking I wanted to try to feed him at lunch today. I just didn't have time because I want to try to get him more acclimated to the fort, even though he ate there yesterday. I'd like to keep doing that, just practice sake. So I don't think he's drinking much of that water, because I'm looking at the bowl. It doesn't look like it's really changed much. Okay, so I'm gonna probably go in and brush him pretty soon. Okay, I'm gonna brush you. So yeah, he kind of flinched. He didn't hiss though. So his back is actually really good. So this part near his tail is the best I've seen it ever. It's just this side part here. And the side part's actually not too bad. It's right there is where the tangle is. But the area above it, again, that one right there. But the area above it is pretty good. And the area below it is pretty good. So yeah, he's actually pretty good here. So let's try more of his back here. So yeah, this side's pretty good. He seems to usually get like a little tangle right here. I don't think it's from grooming. I think it's just his hair just gets tangled there. You get really messy hair. You know that, Scruffy? I think I can turn over the brush pretty soon. See, I'm not feeling many knots anymore. And they were all pretty mild today. So, yeah, I think the flea pill has definitely improved things. Question is when I need to give him another one because of this area right here. Okay, so I'm going to flip the brush over. So I haven't had time to do any shopping or anything like that, so still haven't figured out where I'm going to get straw. So I had problems with the internet today. So I was trying to get back online, and then I was uploading 2 videos at the same time because they were a little bit shorter, and I wanted to leave them on overnight because if I just uploaded one, it would finish like halfway through the night. So I said, okay, I'm going to upload 2. Of course, yeah, the computer froze, and then YouTube, the recovery or the resume mechanism that they have it only works sometimes, and so in both of these cases I ended up having to restart the entire video. So yeah, lost basically entire night's upload, or actually 2. So yeah, he's moved the bowl a little bit. So he's actually a little bit further from me. But he's turned, so this is actually easier for me to brush. Because I can just go left to right instead of up and down. He's turning again, so it's starting to get harder. So, yeah, I'm side brushing him. He's turning again. I don't think he really likes it. It's just trying to brush some of the areas that haven't been groomed. So he's tucked his tail in, so I can do kind of his rear, but not his tail. So yeah, I don't think he's really into the brushing. So I think I'll stop for a second. I'll resume. I think he's getting close to done. So the paté is so effective. I'm wondering, yeah, if I should stop putting the balls in, because I think the paté is enough, I think, to slow him down by itself. Of course, what I'm afraid of is the next food batch I get will not be paté, and then I got to put the balls back, and then he's gonna, get used to not having balls in there, and he'll be angry. So I just put the balls in all the time, and then just accepts it as normal. Because I remember some of the early days when I changed up how I gave him his food, he looked at me funny. It's like, what are you doing? This is stupid. Like I remember the time I put extra water in his kibble. That was the second or third time he threw up. He gave me this weird look. It's like, are you kidding me? I'm not going to eat that. Fix this already. And then after I wouldn't do anything about it, he started eating it. And then he showed me because he threw up. I don't think he'd like that very much. Just trying to get his head, just trying to get him more acclimated to everything. So he sometimes turns around and kind of looks at the brush. It's like, I think when he does it, it means he doesn't really like it. So usually I pause for a moment and let him resume eating. So, kind of interesting that he wanted to eat right at the door. Usually he knows the backup because I take out the dish, but he was hissing at me when I was doing that. I kind of wonder if he would actually go inside and make himself at home. Problem is I don't want him to track in any fleas and ringworm and all the other diseases. I'd rather have him checked out at the vet first before I bring him in the house. But I don't think I'm going to have him come in the house. So, as I've mentioned, one of the problems I'm facing is I may have to move in the future. And so I'm not going to be here for him. So I don't want him to be completely dependent on me if I have to move. If I had known I was going to move when I started this, I probably wouldn't have started this. But the fact is, he's already in my yard, so he's still better off now than he was, and he'll be better off, even if I have to leave again, because he's still feral enough that he hunts for his own food, and he knows how to handle himself still. So it's not like he has to relearn anything if I disappear. It's just he doesn't get an easy meal anymore. If I take him inside though, and he becomes more domesticated, then if I have to leave, I probably won't be able to take him with me. And then he'll have to relearn the streets, and that would probably be pretty cruel. So I don't think you're going to be a house cat anytime soon. And the truth is, you're still very resistant to me. I don't think you'd actually come in the house, and you're very difficult still. So the fact that I'm having to wear a glove so I don't get scratched by you is evidence of how difficult you are. And the fact that you don't come to me except at mealtime, and I can't come to you, that's another. And the fact that you're always hissing at me. You don't seem to like getting brushed. So yeah, you didn't stick around, he immediately left. So it's creeping back in. So I think if I try to brush him at this point, he's going to flee. Unless he gets into the food. So I think I'll pull the balls out for him. So I'm going to pull the balls out. See if he wants to lick the bowl or not. He wants to lick the balls. So I guess you like the chicken and tuna. Can't tell if you liked it more than the super supper. Mystery meat. I'm going to try brushing him one more time. He didn't flee. Okay, so I don't know what he's thinking now. So there's still water. Probably need to change his water soon. With the brush? No? Yeah, so he's being boring again tonight. So we haven't had many good night sessions recently. Basically, he eats the food and takes off. Yesterday's lunch was a big surprise. I don't know if it means I need to start doing lunch more often, but yeah. I clear my schedule to do that. Spending a lot more time with this cat than I anticipated. Tonight's dinner, we're on the 21-minute mark now. I kind of expected him to eat in 10 to 15 minutes, and that would include any petting and brushing or whatever, toys or whatever. So I had no idea that these things could go over an hour. And I think our average has come down recently, so I think 20 minutes is on the shorter end and 25 minutes on the longer end now. So sometimes 30 minutes, but I think we had a 40-minute session not too long ago. But yeah, it's still pretty long compared to what I was thinking. So I'm going to sit back in the chair so I didn't scare him. So if I have time tomorrow, maybe I'll try to, give him a lunch, or I'll try to at least put food in the fort or something. I'm not sure what I want to do yet. But yeah, I think I do want to try to get him more acclimated to the fort. If I find straw, I'm thinking I put it both in the carrier and on the thermal blanket as it is. So you can either make a bed in the carrier or make a bed where the blanket is. So yeah, it was cold last night again. I didn't check the weather report for tonight. I think it's not supposed to be quite as cold, but I think it's going to be in like the 40s. So red feral cats can actually tolerate it. Okay. So it's just indoor cats have trouble. So yeah, I'm like sitting way back, so the brush isn't even in position. So yeah, he was not going to get brushed. I think he was just checking to see if the bowl was empty. Okay, folks, I think that's it for tonight. I don't think he's coming back. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you again next time. Bye. Hey, folks. It's been about 2 hours since I stopped filming. I was cooking dinner in the kitchen. Longer story, but anyway, I saw him poking his head out, his head through at the door here, so at the sliding glass door, and I actually happened to notice him, and so I guess he came back and saw that I hadn't closed the blinds yet, saw that I had the lights on, and I guess he was hoping I'd come out to feed him again. So I think, yeah, I'll feed him again. So I'm not going to feed him much, but I'll give him another cup of kibble. I'm not going to give him any wet cat food. And I think I'm going to split it up. So I'm going to put one one in the fort, and then one I'm going to try to hand feed him. And when I hand feed him, I'm going to see if I can brush him and if he'll get more into it. Hey, Scruffy, you're back. I didn't think you were going to come back tonight. I had not planned on you coming back tonight. But, figure give you a snack here. Hey, doing, Scruffy? Find anything? Find anything in patrol? get any good rodents or anything. So I'm going to sit down in the chair. So actually I'm going to put the cup in the fort first. So I'm going to put this in there. Okay? Don't have to hiss at me. And then I'm going to put the glove on. Interesting that he didn't check out the fort. There he goes. Yep, I can hear him crunching away on the kibble. So he's essentially getting a double meal today. Technically a little bit more since I give him the wet cat food as one of the meals. So if I go back to the old days where I gave him two kibble meals a day, so we're back there, but he also gets the additional wet cat food on top of that, so we're actually above that. So anyway, the longer story was I was cooking a vegetable soup on the so basically trying to cook a big batch because I buy these big giant cans of tomato sauce at Costco because they're really cheap, but it means I gotta cook like big batches of things. And so you can see the pot out there. So basically I cooked a giant batch. Now I'm trying to cool it down so I can freeze it, and then I'll eat it over the next few weeks. Okay, I'm gonna get you your other cup. One more. So I'm gonna put this down there, and I'm gonna pick up the brush. I'm gonna try to brush you. So he knocked over the cup. So he was trying to be clever and get a piece of kibble and take it away, so I wouldn't be able to brush him. But that's worked against him because he knocked over the cup. So I'm gonna Hey, I'm being nice to you. Wow, you're really hissy. So you're gonna have to make a decision because I gave you a lot of food. I don't know why you're so nasty. So usually at dinner you're okay. So I don't know what's going on. So now it's going for the cup. I don't know why you're in such a foul mood. I'm being nice to you. Gave you a good meal already. Now giving you a second meal. So I don't know. I might not be so nice to you in the future. So anyway, I was letting the soup cool down so it's so cold out here, and then I was going to freeze it. So I think he just finished all the food, except for one tiny piece of kibble next to my foot. I don't know if he sees it. So he might take off very soon. Oh, he just rubbed his butt. For a second there, it looked like he was going to enjoy the brushing, and then he hissed at me again. So that piece of kibble here. It's not close enough for me to brush him. There's a piece of dirt stuck to his ear. Okay, so what you gonna do, Scruffy? I gave you a second meal. Usually he doesn't come back and poke his head through the window, as far as I know. So you think he's going back to the cup? I can't actually tell if he finished it. I assume he did the first time. And there's water there. You can drink the water. No? No, you're really hissy tonight. I was hoping you'd be friendlier if I gave you a second meal, because yesterday at lunch you were fairly friendly. So I don't know what your deal is. So I might not feed you again like this anymore. And I may not give you lunch tomorrow. So you're just lucky that my soup took a long time to cook, because I wasn't going to be near that door all night. And yeah, the reason the door was, I didn't close the blinds because I came out here so I could put the soup out to cool. And I was planning to come out here to get the soup after it's cooled down. So yeah, you're only getting food because of coincidence. So I'm curious, what's he gonna do? Is he gonna storm off and leave me alone, or is he gonna chill out here? Because usually you take off, and I don't know what you do. Maybe you go on your patrol, but I assume you come back from patrol, so I don't know what you're gonna do now. And if I had not come to the door, would you have stayed here for a long time? So I have checked out here once in a while on other nights to see if he's come back, and he doesn't. With the brush. So I'm holding out the brush. Not a lot going on right now. The wind's blowing the leaves. Should I like the brush? No? It's okay to like the brush. Don't have to pretend to not like it. I know you actually like it. Why are you giving me the evil eye? I just gave you more food. So folks, I don't know what to do about this cat. Can't make him happy. So how many times he hissed at me? I didn't have to feed you a second time. And in the future I might not. I don't know. I bump the string toy, what happens? Like the string toy? And again, run away in terror. Bump it again. Like the string toy. Okay, I'm gonna try picking up the string toy, so I'm gonna put the brush down. So just put the brush down. I'm not reaching for the toy yet. Give him a second. Interesting. Want to play with the string toy? So I'm slowly moving my arm towards the string toy. Want to play with the string toy? No. Okay. Slowly picked it up, and yeah, he walked back. I was picking it up by the green strand, and yeah, he ran away. Now let me try that one more time. It's really hard to pick up things with the glove. It doesn't have the bell anymore because I cut it off because I think maybe the bell was scaring him. Hey, Scruffy. So if I hit the table, I'll play with the string toy. Nope. Well, I don't know what to do. I think I'll give him another minute or so. And then I think I'm going to call it a night. But my soup's going to take a while to cool. So I can't actually fully close up shop. So I'm going to have to keep the door open. Everyone at the door, but I'll be keeping the... So I don't know if I move it faster. No. Okay, well, he's gone. Okay, folks. Guess that's it for tonight. Unless he comes back again, but I don't think I'm going to feed him at that point. I think I'll torment him instead and taunt him with food, but not actually give it to him. So anyway, I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Hey, folks. So I came in and I'm, just taking off all my heavy clothes, and he comes wandering back in. Though I'm not going to go out again because he was pretty hissy. So I'm not planning to do anything. And maybe I'll sit at the door and mock him. Yeah, he just hissed at me. I don't like it when he hisses at me. So you should learn not to hiss at me. Because the things I do every time that cause him to hiss shouldn't be a surprise at this point. So I come to the door. You think, he'd want that since I'm going to give him food. And then I go out there to bring, put his food bowl down, and he hisses there too. And then usually when I first grab the brush, he hisses a lot of the time. And then when I first go to brush him, he hisses. And if I put the food down in the carrier or in the fort, he hisses. And those are the common occurrences. And then he hisses just whenever else he feels like it. So I don't know what I'm going to do about you, Scruffy. So I'm not planning to feed you anymore. So I just fed him, so he's still hungry. So I don't know. Did he go off to poop? Is that his big plan? Is that why he's back so soon? Because yeah, I think it was only like maybe 2 minutes since I stopped filming. Because basically I got up, checked the temperature of the soup to see if it, how much further it'd have to cool down. Then I collected the 2 cups of that I used to feed him. Walked in, put the cups in the dishwasher, and started taking off my heavy clothes. And then that's when he showed up. So this is actually a bad idea because he actually has nothing to do. I do have things to do, so I can't really afford to outweight him because, I'm assuming he doesn't have any better food options at this point. So if he's coming back here, because he already got a meal, and he came back and he got lucky and got a second meal out of me, even though we've never done that before. And so I assume his hunting didn't go so well. Or I'm assuming that, if there's somebody else feeding him, which I don't think there is, but if there is somebody else feeding him, they didn't feed him tonight. Or maybe they did, and he's just a real glutton. It's like, how much free food can I get? I remember seeing a couple of videos of various free food type contests or competitions where certain YouTubers are either competing with each other or just kind of an absolute count, or how much free food they can get in some span of time, today, in one day or in 1 week, or what's the minimum amount they can spend in a week or something for food. Let's see, I think I'm trying to remember. Yeah, there's a channel, I think it's Healthy Junk Food. Yeah, they do a bunch of these contests, but I remember one of them, I think they were doing the birthday food thing, where it was one of their birthdays, and basically they were trying to cash in on all the free food that they could get. And so they basically jumped in the car and went to every known place that offers a free birthday meal or snack or whatever it was. Basically they were there just to get the thing and move on and see how many of these things they can get in a day on their birthday. It was actually pretty hilarious. So yeah, so Scruffy was nicer than I might be willing to do something, but yeah, he didn't even really let me brush him. Hissed at me the whole time. So if he was more engaging, or if he wanted to play with a toy or something like that, or if Scruffy was just more accommodating in general, I'd be more willing to do something right now. But since I can't seem to break him in that sense, I can't break down that barrier or flip on the domestic switch of the cat, the playful side of the cat. I don't know what to do, so I won't feed him. I think at this point it'll just be rewarding more bad behavior. So I need to figure out how to condition him to be nicer, and then I may have to also condition him when he's not behaving well to quote unquote punish him. I'm not quite sure how to punish a feral cat, so all I can really do is deny food, or I could scare him, yell at him or something like that. But, this type of behavior I can't really yell at. It's just too ambiguous. he hisses at me again, maybe I need to start, yelling "hey" or something to get him to reconsider. I think he has reacted kind of badly to me before when I reacted strongly to his hissing at me. I think the last time it happened, or maybe it was the last time it happened, he seemed to kind of retreat back and kind of look at me almost in a cowering, afraid way. And so he didn't like me yelling back at him for his hissing at me. So I think he got the message that I wasn't approving of the hissing. At the same time, I think he might have taken it a little too hard. So I don't know what the right balance is. So he was pretty good yesterday, and for the first meal, he wasn't too bad today for the hissing. But yeah, this second time around, I'm shocked at how much he hissed at me. So is he gonna get bored, or am I gonna get bored first? So we're at 8 minutes right now. So I probably should wrap this up by 10. So I give him a couple more minutes. But yeah, I don't really know how to handle him at this point. So I think right now all I can do is just keep doing what I've been doing. I don't have any new great ideas in the pipeline anymore. The straw for the carrier is probably the most radical idea I have at the moment, and I think it's still kind of a Hail Mary. I don't think he's going to use it as a shelter, but it's winter's coming and it's going to get colder, so I think if he was a smart cat, he would use it. But yeah, Scruffy has kind of shown me he's not a very smart cat. I always see those YouTube videos of pets, and usually they're showing off a pretty clever thing that their cat or dog did, or some pet or something. Yeah, Scruffy's not like that at all. Yeah, not smart in many respects, and possibly the most difficult cat on YouTube. I'm shocked at just how difficult Scruffy is compared to all these cat videos showing cats doing amazing things and succumbing to the human after a few generous acts. And here we are. I think we're about 3.5 months in, maybe more. So closing in on 4 months, and he still barely trusts me. Only enough to get food from me, but if I had approached him when he was grooming himself next to the potted plant when I didn't have any food, he would have ran. So and he doesn't even meow. So I noticed the second time around he didn't meow tonight. So he meowed the first time, the first feeding tonight, but he wasn't as loud as some of the other times. So I noticed, I think it was around the night of the flea pills. I can't remember if it was the night of the flea pills or the night before it, but it was the most meowing I've ever seen him do, and it was also the loudest meowing I've ever seen him do. And then after that point, he's lost his vocalness. He doesn't meow nearly as much, and some nights he doesn't meow at all. I think that was mixed in with the bell terror when I was trying to use the foam and I was trying to get him to play with the toy. I think that traumatized him to some degree, but he's starting to meow again, but just not nearly as much as before. So I don't know how to encourage better behavior. Anyway, I'm 2 minutes over now. Sorry about that.
So anyway, yeah, I think I'm going to end it here, and I'm going to disappoint him because I'm not going to feed him. So, thanks again for watching, and we'll do this again tomorrow. Bye.